Liberty City Roleplay is a brand new upcoming English role-playing server on Rage MP, set in the all too familiar Liberty City from Grand Theft Auto 4. Although there are many roleplay servers on GTA 5, this one is specifically unique, as it uses a completely different map than most and has custom mapping that is created specifically for Liberty City. The unique script and custom mapping sets this server aside from most and allows people to experience a refreshing and new experience within roleplay. The team working on the server are very active within the community, listening to people's opinions and being completely transparent on the progress of the development. They believe heavily that it's important to listen to the community and provide a new era of roleplay, allowing the server to be ultimately controlled by the community and having the freedom over what your character should be. Here we are logging into the test server that management kindly give me access to. You're able to play this yourself if you're a donator to the server. The character creation is super easy and in depth, as you can see, being able to change the body features of your character and set in their age. You're able to change the bone structure of the face, their skin colour, eye colour and much more. Once you're happy with how your character's body looks, we can move on to changing their appearance, such as hair, clothing and others. Once you have done creating your obviously cool character, you can then move on to thinking of a name you would like to set. Just simply type your name in the box at the top here, and you're all set to go. The server has some amazing scripts and features, one of my favourite being how you access your phone. Pressing F5 will bring up your phone, which is fully functional and interactable. You can ring people by inputting their number, or you can just simply create a contact and input their information. There's a cool little calculator app you can access, just in case you needed to do some mathematics on the go. There is a bank app you can access which shows your bank balance, as well as being able to transfer funds to another person. A property app that will list all your owned properties, an email app, and my personal favourite, the taxi app. You can order a taxi by simply just clicking on the request cab, in which a cool little animation will appear and your request will be sent to on-duty drivers.
Hello.
Hello mate, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Just tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into roleplay and what your role is within the server.
So I started role play around 2012, 2013. That would be when I was about 13 years old. Before I actually officially started role play, I used to be involved in clan-based sort of activities. Around that time, it was based around GTA 4 police clans on the PlayStation 3. I am a lead admin. So my role in that is I kind of advise the management team on things regarding the server's welfare and general authenticity of what we're doing. I end up overseeing a lot of the teams, not directly, more so in an indirect capacity. And on a more IC point of view, I also am in charge of the city government. So I am the official mayor of Liberty City, and I will be working to set up that political role play as the server goes forward.
Well, I started role-playing on LSRP back in 2016, I believe. Primarily, I was doing transportation for the government for about a year. I then joined the Department of Correction, and I joined the sheriff's department. So that was my experience on LSRP. I left I don't remember, it was about when LSRP was closing, so it was pretty recently. In terms of my position on LCRP, I am the community manager. What I do is I oversee all of the staff teams that we have. I speak with the team leaders frequently to ensure everything is working out well, and I pretty much work in liaison with the lead admin team to ensure that community operations are efficient.
So how long have you been a part of the team? Has it been since first development, or?
I've been a part of here. I joined a year ago on February 24th of 2021. I was advised by OR and Bio and such that I may make a good candidate for staff. So I ended up submitting an application to staff support, and from there on, I ended up working my way all the way from probationary staff support all the way to lead admin.
That's a good question. I guess it's been about 1 year. It's interesting that I joined LCRP when it was first called Pacific Roleplay. I don't think many people know that. I joined back then just as an advisor to help out with graphics and stuff like that. And I guess somehow we decided to rebrand this into LCRP and start working on the LC map. But I think I've been here for about 1 year, yeah.
Explain to me, like, why you personally think that the server stands out from other roleplay servers. Like, why is it different from LSRP or other servers that are on GTA 5?
Well, I mean, the simplest answer is usually the right one, and it's that it's Liberty City. So the map is radically different. A lot of the areas of how people have traditionally role played is extremely different. A good example of this is we were traditionally used to gang neighborhoods being like actual full neighborhoods in a Los Santos like setting. Like in GTA San Andreas, this was areas like Ganton, Idlewood, and such, which you can clearly see is a very gang-like area with the residential houses and stuff to make it up of that low class. And 5, it's places like Davis and such, which made that look. In the LC map, which really comes from GTA 4, you don't have areas like that because gangs in New York City don't operate out of neighborhood-based residential housing. They usually operate out of project buildings and such, which is a completely different dynamic of how you have to do gang role play and such in a very confined space. And that's something that I think is going to be a very interesting challenge, not just for the people involved in the illegal sector of role play, but also for the people who are on the legal side, because, for example, it is going to be a very different experience for responding to a domestic dispute in Los Santos at like the gas station to responding to a gang fight on the 6th floor of the projects.
When you ask a lot of people that question, I think a good percentage of them will tell you that the most different thing about this project is the map. I don't see that as the best answer. In my opinion, we're quite different than LSRP and GTA World because of our management style, and I think a lot of people can confirm that who are already part of our community. We try to be very transparent. We actually have, for example, we have a topic that is dedicated to staff reports, so players can see every single staff member who was reported, the date, the accusation, and what we did to that staff member. So I think it's a good step forward to ensure transparency.
So I was looking on the website, and it was saying about staff members being aware that listening to the community is a big thing, which is good, obviously. How does the staff kind of plan on keeping stable communication with the players? Is it going to be a case of doing like forum threads every now and again, and like listening to opinions and things like that?
So I have a lot of ideas about maintaining communication. One of them, and you can probably give me feedback on this, I'd appreciate it. One of the ideas I have is to publish a survey to the community, either monthly or bi-monthly, I don't know, where we kind of ask them how satisfied they are with staff. I think that's a good step forward. As you said, a forum topic would be okay as well. But I also encourage a lot of our team members to just reach out to community members, speak with them on various issues, Discord, forums. I think that's really the most effective way to maintain that communication.
So what is it like behind the scenes of development? Do staff have frequent meetings and schedules, or is it just a case of working when possible?
So in terms of development meetings, we actually have a meeting every Sunday, and that is between the development team, the lead admin team, and management. So we do this every Sunday. We discuss what was done, what is about to be done, progress, and so on. We also discuss promotions for developers and getting new people on board for the development team.
The last question I will ask, you don't have to answer it. If you can't answer it, that's perfectly fine. But regarding the donations, how is that money, if you know, distributed? Do staff get a part of it, or is it just strictly reinvested into the infrastructure of the server and keeping it running, keeping the test server running, or is it just kept for launch?
Yeah, I'm completely fine with answering that. So all of the money that we have gathered so far has been invested into the development team. There's a certain percentage that was also allocated to the marketing department. And we pay for stuff like forum licenses, and stuff like that. Trailers that we're working on. But neither me nor Ore nor Brad or Crunchy get any money for our work.
So the obvious question that everyone's going to ask, and obviously you can't give an answer, is about like launch and things like that. I'm not going to ask you when is it launching. I know on the website it says 2022. But if you was to say how far in development would you say the server is currently at? I know it's never going to be 100% developed upon launch, because obviously you're going to constantly work on it. But as opposed to a launch kind of ready server, how far would you say that is out of 100%?
Current estimate 70 to 75%. We're going to try to get it to 100 because what that the remaining percentage includes is factions, businesses, and economy. That's pretty much what's left. So, as you said, I can't really give a date. I would love to, but it's with development. One day everything is going great, everything is smooth, and the other somebody leaves, somebody feels demotivated, and it kind of slows everything down. And then the community gets disappointed. I don't want to repeat the same mistake that LSRP had.
So the test server currently, is that kind of all up to date with the current development, or are you not, or is it not got some features implemented just to kind of keep it in the back end and release only on launch?
So we actually have a few servers right now that are related to LCRP. Early server is not entirely up to date because we have a development one where we test more of like most of the recent stuff that are included into that server. And once they're ready, we're moving them to early supporters. So yeah, I guess it's not entirely up to date, but I'd say it's kind of up to date. Yeah.
Am I right in saying that there's no application at the minute to you can't apply to like join the server? I assume it's a whitelisted server. Do you know like when the application process will open?
Well, we actually have an application that is ready for distribution. I also want to say it's going to be dynamic, so we can always change the questions because, I don't know if you remember on LSRP, but a lot of people use that to earn money where they would sell answers or questions. Yeah. So we're going to be changing that to ensure it doesn't happen. But when is it going to be available? Good question. I guess I would like to do it at least a month before the server launches, but that could change. Yeah, I guess that's my answer for now.
After these interviews, Biography, who was part of the management team, sent me this message. Our community's philosophy is less administrative oversight over roleplay when possible. A big issue I've seen on other communities is the desire to control RP from an OOC standpoint. It's something we want to do different here. I think this is a great philosophy, as it's nice to know that there's a server out there in which the management and staff overall are as transparent and helpful as the LCRP team. The server so far seems absolutely amazing, and I really think it'll do well upon launch. The Discord for the server, as of recording, has near 800 members, and it's incredibly active, full of people showing their excitement about launch and posting fun content from the test server. There are frequent donations which exceed the goal every month that LCRP has set. These donations, as we've heard from the interview, mainly go to the development team, as if it wasn't for them, the amazing progress they've been making wouldn't be possible. I'd highly suggest joining their Discord and keeping an eye on the updates for this server, as I'm sure upon launch it'll be worth experiencing. All links will be in the description, and if you have any questions, feel free to message any of the staff. They're definitely more than happy to help. Thanks for watching this video. It took a lot of time to make, and I'd appreciate you giving it a like, and hopefully I'll see you on the server.